Alex is in charge of the DEO, but
yes.
It looks like John Jones is still going to be around on the show. So, is there going to be any conflict with him being like, "Hey, when I was around, I was running things this way,"
Not that I have seen, and I feel like John has done such a good job helping Alex figure out who she is and where she is, and just her own strength. And the couple times that she had to play director, of the DEO, I think he's more encouraging and honestly trying to walk her through situations, but from afar. It's like a parent, having their kid ride that bike. Instead of freaking out and trying to hang on to the back of it, you got to let them go. And if they fall, they fall. Otherwise, you get to see them riding the bike, which is pretty cool. I love it, but it is kind of weird. I've done a few scenes in the DEO, and David wasn't there, and it's just like this moment of like, oh, by myself. So it's cool, though. It's a great dynamic. I love it.
Is there a new relationship for her on the horizon?
Oh, isn't that a great question, isn't that one? I think the biggest relationship that Alex is working on, at least initially, is with herself. As far as, any of that stuff, like from a relationship standpoint of like who she would fall in love with or what that looks like, she starts out more in the dating world, and we don't necessarily see that side, but it's that idea of, okay, I'm trying to just figure out who I am, and I'm really trying to figure out, that aspect of herself without relying on somebody else. So it's whether it's Alex relying on Kara, or it's Alex relying on John, or on Wynn. No, but there's so much change happened. So that's kind of, are things on the horizon? Things are always on the horizon.
What about with motherhood, which was one of Alex's dreams? Is she taking steps to realize that this season?
That's going to be definitely part of the journey, for sure. There's so many things that we had to incorporate, and different ways to kind of put a little bit of a button on how things, had gone with Maggie, and how that there was a lot of things we had to work through to justify and to bring a sense of justice to the relationship. And so it's just that it's never easy to tell stories. It's never easy to tell the end of a story, or the middle, or a crisis, or it's a delicate balance. But so bringing that part of the motherhood, that side of her, I think that's a huge part of who she is anyway, and she kind of did a lot of that in the beginning. Even with Kara, she had to be that role. So I think for her to come and understand and say, this is something I want in my life, and to ask that bigger question, going, how is that even possible? Like, am I going to get a bulletproof baby Bjorn and carry like a baby around? Do you know what I mean? It's like, what does that look like? Like that really stretchy spandex, if she were to get pregnant or something. I'm just trying to put all these things in my mind, like imagine the baby gate or something. But I think for her, it's just her figuring out what she wants, how to get it, how to have that, especially in the position that she's in now. Does it make sense now? Is it something that she is a little further out? There's a lot we can do with it, and we just keep talking about how to do it respectfully and with great purpose.
How is it shooting on the DEO? As you mentioned, it's not just without David, but also without Jeremy and there.
It is. It's strange. It is. I mean, I'm not going to lie, but it's not that we're not going to see Jean back in there. You know what I mean? It's not like he's like baby left for college and you just Skype or whatever. You know what I mean? It's no FaceTime. So it's not the last time we'll see him in there. But it is interesting because now Alex has this dynamic with Brainy, which is a little rough around the edges in the beginning because he's not Wynn. And so that relationship, trying to figure that out, is absolutely hilarious, and I'm so excited because Jesse Rath is amazing. I think he's such an excellent addition to the show, and we've already set the tone of being super awkward, the characters, so it's fun to see how awkward it gets.
A bit of an odd couple, kind of.
A little bit, yeah.
Last season, there was the plot point of the DEO phasing out lethal weapons. Are they going to follow up on that and continue on with that this year?
That is a good question. We haven't really gotten to at least that part of it from a DEO perspective yet. It's still incorporated in the world outside of the DEO. I mean, you do see that. That's life. That's reality. That's where we are right now, and it's more and more prominent. Obviously, the idea, we don't just throw things in there just to have a one-off and do that. And sometimes it can look that way until we're able to figure out how to bring it full circle. So a lot of the stories that were set up last season we'll find opening up a lot more this coming season. And I do believe that'll be a part of it. And I think figuring that out and what that looks like when you're, fighting against a 10-foot alien that's running at you and you're like, oh, my neck, So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how they do that.
I was wondering about the line about your past in Seattle. Was that something you came up with or the writers came up with?
That was actually Greg Berlanti. He put that in there. And I didn't even get it right away. And then we had the table read and I said it out loud. I was like, no, that's clever. And he's like, that was a little wink for you. And I was like, that's great. Everybody picked up on that, which was really fun to see all the reactions. I was like, Lexi. I'm like, but I'm Alex. I'm still a sister, I'm still a doctor in one way or another, and I'm still an Alex. So she rises again.
We need to stand up and be heard.